to have a nice peaceful drive. We're going to be merging on an I-94 trap game. I want to go ahead and welcome you in. We want to be very careful. They are pedestrians who are vulnerable road users. Safety is not an accident. So we want to go ahead and keep moving and manifest safe driving. If you're learning how to drive or want to learn how to drive, this video has been recommended to you. We're going to have a safe drive, we're going to be consistent, and we're going to point out real dangers. Yesterday we had a great live class. You need to go ahead and watch that video. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze our brakes. We want to see the rear of the tires on the ground. If you can't, you're too close. The car to the left of me has it, the car to the right of me has it, and I have it. So all three of us are safe. If we get rear-ended, will be pushed. I'll be pushed into the GMC. This white car will be pushed into the Escort. This big GMC will be pushed into the Jeep. People don't use blinkers. So this is about building habits. Every morning, every afternoon, rush hour, I will go live the most that I can to show you the things you need to do to learn how to drive. The white line is to the right. This marks the right side of the road. This is called the edge line, a fog line. We're at about 45 miles an hour. You can see the black car to the left of me is speeding and tailgating. We don't want to get in that habit. If you get in a habit of tailgating, when you learn how to drive in high school, as a 10th grader, 11th grader, when you finally get your job, you're going to be speeding. You're going to be tailgating aggressively. If you build a habit of leaving early, getting up, you will have better habits. We all need to have good habits. My good habit is eating healthier. This past Christmas, my family and I decided I wanted to eat healthier. One of the main elements was me eating fast food in the morning. I was spending between $7 and $12 at McDonald's. No hate on McDonald's. As a result, we got a Keurig coffee maker. Now you know what you're saying. We don't care. I'm showing how habits impact our lives. I saved $1,859 a year not going to McDonald's and eating breakfast. We got and started eating Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches. I buy two, one for the morning on the way to work, and then one after work because, you know, we all get hungry. As a result, I've lost 14 pounds. And I've saved the $1,859. That's good habits. It's like yellow lights. Don't run them. If you can, safely squeeze your brakes. There's a stop line. We know we're safe. This is preparing you for your road test, driving test, anywhere across the United States, not just in a big metro area or around the world. Green does not mean go. Green means we look left and right. Now, we're on a one-way. You can look at the signs on the left, on the right. They're all facing us. Many huge metropolitan areas have one-ways. You get traffic in to the downtown or the business district. You get traffic out of the downtown business district. We want to manifest safety. That's why we make sure we have good windshield wipers. We make sure our tires are good and we're in good physical shape. I feel a lot better because I'm not craving fast food as much. I see the yellow light, I lift my foot off of the gas. I'm going to squeeze my brake. When you're in a rush, you take risk. You see the police going by. When you're in a rush, you cut off cars. You run lights. You might miss a pedestrian. The next habit, and I speak from experience, don't start getting up late because you're going to make mistakes, forget your phone, forget your identification. I have not, although one of my students went into the ditch, another student got sideswiped, and one student broke a mirror. So I will always be honest with you. None of which were our fault. So we've been pretty lucky. It's because I give good instruction. You see me driving, I'm scanning left, middle, and right. I'm covering the brake. You see I'm out of tune right now. And by scanning, I'm able to make a better decision and be safe. I'm gonna get over and lean to the right because I know that cars come out from the private driveways. We've been in the ditch a few times. You can see these cars moving faster. You see how fast this car is moving? Right? They're in a hurry. I'm lifting my foot. Taking my time. We're kind of out of sync. You see how hard I'm on the brakes? We're in a hurry, you can tell. And this uses more gas. You're more of your target. You can hear the car getting up to 5,000 RPMs. And you can see the difference. Instead of driving, we're trying to survive. This car to the right of me, they're late. I'm modeling what that looks like. You're fast, you're reckless. We're 14 over the limit. But that's what people do. They bring the danger into a different area. And things happen much faster. You're not saving any time. You're getting close to the line. The line is an accident, or the line is death. I'm never gonna lie to you. We're behind the stop line. We're scanning. I'm looking left, I'm looking right, I'm checking traffic. Thank you. Okay, just keep moving. You can hear the car rev up. Okay? And this sound is addicting. For some people, it's an adrenaline rush. And I'm one of those people, right? I love the RPMs, small block, nitrous, high RPM motor, but this is not a racetrack. This is a Gratiot thoroughfare. And we want to take our time. You can see how fast things are moving. And we just want to be patient and think and look ahead. But now we're coming into more of a business district, car dealerships, shopping centers, where you have a lot of people who don't drive. So they're going to run across the street if they see a bus, or some of them can't afford an Uber or Lyft. And to speak on adult driver's education or teen driver's education, it's expensive. And they have transitioned from public schools where it's free to a third party. I'm a third party. I used to teach in the public school during driver's ed. I'm a firm supporter of public education. You know, having your swim coach, having your social studies teacher, having your principal do driver's ed. Wouldn't that be cool? Teaches better values. Okay? So we want to teach better values. Normally, I don't drive this hard. You can tell by the motor. You know, the RPM band of this motor is around 3,900 to 7,400 RPMs. But if you are starting to go that fast, you're going to burn a lot of gas. You're going to break down that oil sooner. And I guarantee you, if you drive it like this and get in a habit, your motor will have wear. So you can tell we're at about 3,500 RPMs. Again, this is not a race course. I'm going to make a lane change. You can feel the energy. People are driving fast today. For why? To get a ticket? To run a light? To sideswipe a pedestrian? I'm going to show you what's behind me. You can see this car behind me tailgating me. All right? I'm trying to maintain good speed. I'm not a rapid lane changer. I tend to pick one lane and drive in that lane. You can see the headlights. They are driving. People are in a hurry. And it's kind of intoxicating. So I'm going to lift my foot, squeeze my brakes, take my time. You can see how fast we're moving. It takes me longer to slow down. And that brings us to the next point. If you're driving faster, it's going to wear your brakes down faster. You want a greater chance of me hitting this black Ram 1500. automobiles. Any automobile is good. The Hondas are good. The Toyotas are good. Right now, cars are so expensive because of the tariffs. Used cars are still holding their value. If I was starting over, I would try to get a good used car. I would go on Facebook Marketplace, right? I would read about it. Also bring an uncle or auntie with you, or your dad, who knows something about cars. Don't buy cars at night. Trust me, I bought a 2012 SRT Jeep. I was excited. It was like $32,000. I could afford it. I drove it one time, loved it. I drove it again. It was at night. The tires were dry rotted. The speedometer didn't work, but I was happy. Okay? And then don't get in upside down. Like you owe more on your vehicle than what it's worth. I drove to Texas to get a SRT Jeep 2014. I owed, the difference was like $18,000. Long story short, my note was $1,000. At the time, I was making good money and I could afford it. I had fun for a couple years in that Jeep, but once maintenance, tires, Pirellis, Grimbo brakes, and then I had a mechanical failure. The lifter broke inside the motor. And that put me on a very bad path of sadness, and I ended up spending about $18,000. And I'll be honest, the warranty at the dealership was a joke. All they did was change the oil, ran a diagnostic test for $250, but they knew there was a mechanical failure. Why? Because I build motors, I drag race. So long story short, the lifter broke, there was metal in the motor, it trashed the whole motor. And I'm giving a shout out to my engine builder. The RAV4 is very good too. My engine builder, Tony Bischoff in Indiana, I'm shouting him out. He said, hey Myles, I normally don't work on Hemis, but you're a repeat customer. So we had to pull the engine out. I'm taking my time. This black car's tailgating, you can tell. We pulled the engine out. Okay, see how they're squeezing in? Dang, that's dangerous. See, people just don't care. Okay, this Buick Enclave is another one too, but older people ride Buicks. It's the brand name, it's branding. I'm gonna stay away from them. Okay, don't settle for being stuck in an area. I'm not settling to be behind that slow Buick, but as a result, I'm hitting my brakes really hard. This is kind of how aggressive driving looks. People speeding in a hurry. But if you think this is normal, it's not. People don't normally drive it like this. You can tell. See how the car's almost tipping? People don't drive like this. I got to make a decision. Either I'm going to get ahead of this gray Jeep or behind it. I'm going to fall behind the Jeep, which is fine. Now I'm going to keep space because we're about to do the zipper merge. But the Toyotas, the RAV4s, the Jeep Liberties, they're all good vehicles. You just got to do research. I would read Consumer Report, right? It's a lot of traffic. Don't cross the white line. You can get a ticket. You see all these cars, they're breaking the law. You do it on your test, you're failing. I'm gonna fall in behind this vehicle. See that? Boom, no problem. But I'm covering my brake. It looks easy, but it's not. There are hella cars speeding around us. Sorry, I'm just being real with you. If you panic, you're gonna get rear-ended. But I'm keeping my following distance. Do you understand what I'm doing? I'm keeping my following distance. That's my safety cushion. Okay? I have rapid eye movement. If you don't keep this following distance, we're gonna rear in this F-150. And I'm not relying on the other driver to put on brakes for me. If I hit them, I crash my car or my truck. I'm sad. Got to file a police report. Got to have, I think our deductible is $500. It could be $1,000. And we haven't even talked about insurance. You have to have insurance. Because if you smash your car, it's vandalized, who's going to pay for it? This brings us to our next story. We had a football coach at our high school. He had a beautiful convertible Mustang. A kid got mad at him because he didn't start him for the state championship game. The kid cut his convertible top, put a knife in it and cut, I think it was a pencil. And this Blazer to the right of me, that's a good price too. You know, $24,000, $25,000. But when you're at a school, there's signs. The school was not responsible. He was so angry. So I'm telling you these stories because you got to check. That's that Buick that cut me off. And then sometimes you can get a ticket for tinted windows. Because we have a client that's been pulled over 4 times, 3 times in Texas. Keeping space, you're on the I-94 corridor. Traffic is kind of settled down. People don't use blinkers. You can get a ticket. Because if you get in the habit of not using blinkers, instead of me understanding what you're doing, I have to react, and that's scary. The lessons out here every day. I'm looking ahead. I see the person with the trailer. There's the blinker. I'm looking ahead 10 to 15 seconds. I see the cars merging to the right. This is what you need to be doing in your brain. You can't let your brain fall asleep. I see the white car to the right. I'm looking for a blinker. They have to yield to us. Crashes are twice as likely to happen. Now we're going to do our first merge, remember? Now this cover on this truck, I don't like it because they're losing visibility. I'm off the gas. This is the deacceleration lane. Any car's a good car. Go to your local church. But a lot of those places are income restricted. Look, you're under 24. You don't have the money for a car. Go to Facebook Marketplace. Don't buy someone's project. You know, I put headers on. I put a new tune in. Don't do that. Again, we want to squeeze our brakes. This Camaro to the left. That's pretty nice. Okay. Got a little Four Master on there, a little tune. Headers, you good. Okay, you can hear it. Listen. Why is Camaro a good car? It's low price. Parts are plentiful. They're easy to work on. Okay. All these cars are very affordable. See the red? See that? Got the pipes on there. Okay. Now we're going to pick up our speed. We got to get to that 4,000 RPM merge. Right? The car's at 4,000 right now. The way the car is geared, it's 5,000. So you see the way I'm geared? And then I can get out here. See? Whoa. That's how side swipes happen. Do you understand this? So I was the defensive driver. I want you to see that. They happen that quick. Meanwhile, this car in the middle lane, they're driving with 2 feet. You probably say, how do you know? Their brake lights are on. Do you realize if I'm not explaining this, you don't know? Now we're going to get up at this 9-mile exit. So you saw pretty much the side swipe. They're in a hurry. The Broncos side swipe me, they're tailgating. And I used my horn in a polite way. I wasn't disrespectful. Do you understand this? I didn't lay on my horn, rip off their head. I just tooted my horn to let them know that I'm here. I always like to keep space. Okay? That's how I'm not even going to look at them. That's level 2 road rage. I'm going to stop at the stop line. There are thousands of things happening. Okay, I'm going to look left and right. The Demon Hellcat is nice, but let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. You can't afford that. Let's get onto this 4,000 merge. I love the Demon. Okay, I'm building up speed. 4,200 RPM merge. See, now I came out nice. Done. Let's talk about the Demon Hellcat. High performance vehicle. They get stolen. How about that Durango? That GT Durango? That's better. Because look, my son's got the GT, not the Scat Pack. Definitely not the Hellcat. He got the GT. He got a football scholarship. My wife and I got him this. I made a lot of videos. Okay, one video I was talking about it's got a lot of views. The GT is very affordable. All-wheel drive, 400 plus horsepower, a beast. Some of you probably saying it's not fast. You don't want fast when you're under 25 because you're going to get tickets. You're going to get in trouble. Now, if you have a job and you're making payments and you're building up credit, drive that GT for 16 months, build up equity, trade it in for a Scat Pack. The GT is now your down payment. That makes more sense. You're like, yeah, you're right, uncle. You're right, uncle. I know I'm right. Then next, if you are so inclined, then you're going to end up getting the Hellcat. But now you're in a whole new league. Pirelli tires, Brembo brakes, crazy insurance, because they're going to steal your vehicle. They're going to watch you. So I think a lot of people are misplaced. Now, I had the SRT Jeep. One more step up, I would have had the Trackhawk. Yes, I wanted to upgrade, but we found one in New York. My son and I went there. We started looking around. Someone was going 164 miles an hour. Now, we got to have a complete stop. We stop, we look, we check, boom, okay? Someone was going 164 miles an hour. You're probably saying, what? Yes. We went into the computer. We checked the QR code. You know, the salesman dipped away a second. And they did not have the original rotor. So what people do, they get those trucks, they race them, they rag on them, they beat them down. The superchargers are very fragile. They change the pulley. You change the pulley in the tune, you're making 80 more horsepower. But people don't put premium fuel in there. Like, I don't know if you can see the mirror in this car ahead of me, but they have a special mirror that is a digital mirror inside this Traverse. Okay? So the Malibus are good. The Kias are good. You just got to shop around. Don't mess with the Kia, because the Kia boys will break your vehicle. Then they won't insure you. So I'm going to proceed. I'm going straight. We got to do that 4,000 merge again. Okay, here we go. Like they're from Tennessee. Now we got to do the 4,000 merge again. 4,000, we're at 4,000 right now. But then I'm coming out. Turn on my left turn signal, lifting my foot. Bam, I'm out here. I'm a little close. I might get a minus, but that was the 4,000 merge. That gave me the horsepower I needed to fit instead of struggle and strain. And that's what you will do as a beginner. You're going to struggle and strain to be inconsistent. Look at all my videos from this week and last week. Okay, a lady put her middle finger up. A driver sideswiped me. You saw the brand new car squeeze in. I merged out. So now I'm scanning traffic. You can't let your brain daydream. You always have to be active, like I'm covering my brakes. A lot of people want these nice cars, but you don't have nice car money. You can't afford the insurance payment. You can't afford the tires. You can't afford the synthetic oil changes. You can't afford a tune. You want to jailbreak a Scat Pack, it's going to be $2,900. Why so much? You got to have HP tuners to unlock the transmission. You want to shift harder? You got to have HP tuners. It costs 15 credits. You want to get a tune to pull some of the torque management out? That's $980. Then you got to have a technician. What are you going to do? Go on the HP Tuner website? Hey, I'm working on a client's car. Does anyone have a tune for me? Are you going to trust someone in your $86,000 car? No. Come on. You think about that. I wouldn't. Okay? When we got the motor back, in fact, when we got the motor back from Indiana from Tony Bischoff, shot him out. It was not. Okay, the shipping company cracked my freaking oil pan. You're like, no. I paid almost $10,200. They cracked my freaking oil pan. Meanwhile, my Jeep is at our good neighbor shop. We're trying to be nice. It's like, hey, Myles, we got to get this thing going. My business partner's complaining. I felt so bad. You got to have money. Okay? I made some videos on that. I'll find it. I'm not making this up. I got videos on my Jeep SRT. I'll find them. I'll show it to you. The vehicle sat for like 8 months because I wanted it under 70,000 miles. The battery died. That was $286. You're like, what? A normal battery costs like 50 bucks. All right, so we're coming off on the Cashew trap game. I'm turning on my left turn signal. So you want a nice car, but the maintenance, I would stick with the base package. Get it tuned, get it piped out, get some nice rims, and then you good. Okay? I can see the rear of the tires. And you know, once you start getting a car, you know, I'm a speed guy. Once you start getting a car, I want to get a different pulley. I want to get stickier tires. I want to get headers. I want to get a bigger throttle body. What's up? Hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's up, Jackson? What's going on? Jackson from Florida. Okay, we're in the Midwest. Okay, I appreciate you being here. Glad you're here. Appreciate you. I got a big smile today, Thursday. Okay, 2026. We're dealing with the cashew trap game. This is where people fail their road test. They go in the wrong lane. They cross the double yellow. We're gonna get through this at least twice. Okay, I'm gonna make a left. This lane only turns left, and I'm gonna go in the nearest lane. Now, we're coming in. This is where people make crazy mistakes. I don't go up past the stop line. I do not. Cars are coming off I-94, running lights. They're cut the light, knock off your front end. We are moving up a little bit more, and I'm waiting. I'm committing to making this turn. This is where it's scary. A lot of you won't do this. You'll stay behind the line. These lights are on a cycle. I am committed to making this. So now I locked myself in. I'm going to make that turn. I'm waiting. I'm moving forward. I'm timing it. Okay, I see cars coming. See, this car didn't use a blinker. Here's my gap. See how slow it is? That put me in such danger. Now, we talked about the 4,000 RPM merge. The car's building up, gradually picking up. And I'm at 34. Oh, see? Why are they slowing down? Oh my God. You saw that? I saw danger before it happened. What the heck? You don't want to do that. You don't stop on a ramp like that. They set us up for failure. I don't want that to happen. Okay? You don't stop on a ramp. I could tell she was going to fail before she even started and set us up for failure. She didn't use the blinker, going slow on the turn. I shot the gap a little bit. Okay? We don't want to be in these situations. We do not want to be in those situations of relying on someone else to save us. No one is going to save us except for you, yourself. Okay, I'm showing you real life out here. I'm giving this truck a lot of room. They're from Oklahoma. Okay, I'm gonna make a left. We're gonna do the I-94 cashew trap game again. This is a crossover. I want you to see real traffic here. I'm not gonna lie, no instructors, no other instructor. I'm gonna stop. I'm checking traffic. I'm looking. I'm waiting. You can see these angles really good. This is what I want you to see. You got comments, put them in. You got questions, put them in. I have blinkers on. I'm looking at people. People don't use blinkers. Here's my gap. Bam. Okay. Yes, we're going to stay true to our word. We're going to practice merge again. This time, I'm not able to do a 4,000 RPM merge. More like 2,200, 2,300. The ramp is backing up. I'm keeping space. This is my space cushion. Do you understand other instructors are not explaining this? And we're at 2,000 RPMs. This vehicle is geared to be in the torque band. And we don't want to lull the engine. You're not putting a lot of load, and it's hard on the bearings, it's hard on oil. We don't want to do that. Okay. Side swipe accidents, black car. Sorry, got to clean. Oh, let's talk about windshield wipers real quick. You have to have really good high quality windshield wipers to clean your windshield. And again, it's really easy to look down, look at your phone. Someone snapped you. I'm sorry, you got banned for snap because you broke their rules. So you can't go and snap anymore. This is the metro area, but this appeals to the Middle East. This appeals to Africa. Okay, we want to go global. turning on my left turn signal, keeping space, taking my time. And because the traffic is so dense, you're going to have to change your game. We can't have a 4,000 RPM merge. You might have to have a 2,000 RPM merge. You know, what does that even mean for you? This Jeep is good. I want you to see this heavy volume of traffic. This is not just a city game. This is a game for huge areas. I'm looking, checking traffic. I'm turning my wheel, hand over hand. No shuffling. I'm turning on my left turn signal. I'm looking. I'm not going to squeeze my vehicle in there. Now I have room. I could have sideswiped that Jeep. You saw me make my maneuvers. And we're talking about inches or centimeters. We don't want to put it that tight, that close. Literally, I'm looking to the left, watching cars. I'm looking to the right. There are people here. They're walking. They're checking. I'm going to leave room. I'm committing. I'm going up. My heart is pounding because I've lost my safety advantage. So I am going to make a commitment. This is what your road tester needs to see you do, make a commitment. See? That was much better. Now I feel safer. Yay. Okay, let's gradually pick up. Remember, 4,000 RPM merge. Blinkers on now. They came out a little late, did not have momentum. That was a little dangerous because the white vehicle behind me had to yield. I was already here and we were about to semi-truck. This builds anxiety. And this is what a lot of beginners don't want to do. They don't want to be by this truck. Now I'm going to slow us down. Okay. You can see how wet it is. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to be behind the school bus. Unfortunately. I don't want to rear in the bus because the car will actually go under the bus. Thank you for the thumbs up. Also, let's talk about this. I'm going to switch angles. You see, I have to look out the back window. You can see a Jeep coming in my back view. You got to know, you got to look left, center, right. You see me looking left, center. I'm being very intentional. This tutorial is so good for you. This masterclass is so good for you. You need to be subscribing. Let's flip it. I keep room. I can see the Tesla. I can see the school bus. I can see the Blazer. And we made some content in the Blazer too. I just didn't like the platform. I felt like I was going to skid out of control. And I need to get those videos. So I'm just taking my time, keeping space. You see me looking, not tailgating the bus. The do not walk sign is flashing. It's so much going on here. Too much going on here. So I'm just keeping my space. And then, of course, we have the license plate readers. Okay. That's a whole nother situation. I'm squeezing my brakes. I am kind of confused about this bus. This is a good example. If you turn your blinker on too early, you confuse people. You'll get deductions. So I'm confused about what they are doing. They'd even stop. Come on, man. 1001, 1002, 1003. That's all it takes. And then we're going to make our turn. And then we got to get our client. I'm turning on my left turn signal, squeezing my brake. Sorry about the bumps. The infrastructure is terrible. Is your infrastructure like this? Cracked? Bridge is weak? And then we have to be able to park. And then we're going to do some more parking tutorials. And then let's talk about this for a second. Okay, I have the rules right here. Okay, I'm going right through it. Visual skills. Are you able to identify targets? 2, are you able to search 15 to 20 seconds ahead? This is where you're subscribing. This is where you're locking in. This is where you're locking these things down. Turns head. If I go left, I turn to the left. If I go to the right, I turn to the right. Next, able to judge distance and the adequate follow distance. I had room. Next, check mirrors regularly. Center mirror, driver's side, passenger side. Oh, you don't want to see the side of the door. You want to see a little bit and then the side. There are 4 blind spots: left side, right side, front, and back. Next, steering. Use this in 8 and 4. uses a 9-3, uses hand over hand when appropriate, uses push-pull effectively, and uses hand over hand steering when appropriate. Probably saying, what are you reading? This is the final skills road evaluation that I have because I'm an instructor. So I'm building authority. I'm going to tell you the right thing. If I tell you something wrong, I say, hey guys, I made a mistake, and I'll put it on the community page. Next, let's talk about turnabouts. Minimum 2 left, 2 right. Select the nearest lane, L-A-N-E, always turn in the nearest lane. Checks traffic and signals. Verbalizes adequate gap for maneuvers. Completes turn in the proper lane. Stay with me. Expressway, accelerates up to proper speed, 4,000 RPM merge. The car's geared for this. Next, identifies proper gaps. We're looking at gaps. We want to take our time. T-I-M-E, don't leave late. Next, maintains proper following distance and following interval, which I do. I'm not tailgating. A car length for every 10 miles an hour. Next, slows down in the deceleration lane, not the expressway, which I did do. Prepares to stop or merge with the flow of the traffic. If they're going 70, I got to get up. If they're going 50, got to slow down. Properly signals. Safe driving behavior. Stay with me. Safe driving behaviors. Automatically puts on seatbelt. Put on the seatbelt. Automatically. Next. Maintains proper speed at all times. I wasn't too slow. I wasn't too fast. Next. Maintain safe following distance. Don't tailgate. You saw that Ford cut me off. Sideswipe. Next, identifies and understands and responds appropriately to traffic signs and signals. Next, demonstrates using proper mirror checks. Center mirror, driver's side, passenger side. Understands different vehicle capabilities. A Ram 1500, a Jeep, a Toyota Corolla, a Scat Pack, a Dodge Challenger, a wide body Hellcat, different vehicles. Effectively maneuvers or minimizes risk, don't tailgate. Demonstrates the ability to select the best gap. Yields to pedestrians. The most important thing, scoring 10 or more driving errors or 2 unsafe maneuvers, automatic fail. No other instructor has the secret list that I do. You need to be subscribing. You need to be locking in so you can get this information. You need to subscribe because I'm going to show you everything. I need you to follow. I need you to subscribe. Have a blessed day. Bye.